Alright, fellas, so Bede and the Psychic Bird. They are coming out, by the time this video goes up, probably in like 4 hours, I think. I don't know, something around that time. But, Bede here, we're going to be seeing if he's worth summoning for. I'll just go ahead and say that he is definitely worth summoning for. If you like Bede, if you like Articuno, he's definitely worth summoning for. Is he the best support unit in the game? No, he's not. But is he really, really strong, really, really useful? Can he do what you want him to do? Of course. He's definitely pretty powerful in his own right? So let's go ahead and look at what he can do, and then we'll, review a bit more on how valuable he really is. So obviously he's a support type sync pair, psychic type, weak to ghost, and he lasts for a little bit over a month, which is nice. Theme skills there. He's got 323 defense and 333 special defense and 800 HP, which is really good for a defensive unit. Very, very strong right there. Very, very bulky. And the 256 special attack stat, because he does have Freezing Glare and Buddy Freezing Glare, so I mean, a little bit of damage there. Anyway, so Galar Flag Bearer, he's got, theme skill just as it is, or not theme skill, master passive, just like Marnie and Hop. Run them all on the same team, and that's pretty strong master passive boost. Anyway, his first passive is Conniving Wings, which reduces the user's sync move countdown by 1 the first time it enters a battle, and raises the speed of all allied sync pairs by 2 when he enters the battle, which is fine, right? Speed for allies is, a decent buff. His second passive skill is Balin Teachings, restores 1 MP of the user's moves after your team's sync pair uses their sync move. So anybody who uses a sync move will be giving him MP to his moves here. And then he has Vigilance, of course. So you can definitely pick up something else on his grid, like Move Gauge, Refresh, Healthy Healing, some other stuff you won't in like a support unit. And his base kit here, he's got Freezing Glare, which has a 10% freeze chance. It's a 4-gauge move and 156 minimum base power. And he's got a 1-gauge spammable of Confusion with a 10% chance to confuse and, 1 gauge, right? Which is nice. You can choose between what you want to do. And then he's got Buddy Freezing Glare, which is activated when your team's sync move countdown is reduced by 3 while the move is deactivated, and then deactivation condition is when the move is used. The move never misses, has a 10% chance of leaving the target frozen, raises all allies' defense and special defense by 1, and applies the Free Moves Next effect to all allies, which is very, very nice, very, very strong. Free Moves Next is major, especially because, as you can see here, his trainer move, Triumphant Tenacity, costs 4 gauge in order to be used. So, but what it does is it raises attack, special attack, and crit of all allies by 2, and increases their physical moves and special moves next by 1. So, I mean, a 4-gauge move for these effects, I wouldn't say that's all that worth it, but it's definitely a really, really strong ability. And combined with the free moves next is, very, very nice to have, right? So, it's not the worst thing for sure. And you can definitely make use of it by, using this turn 1, then using your allies as trainer moves and stuff like that, then using your Buddy Freezing Glare, and then getting that free moves next to yourself, and, it'll be good, right? It'll be good. And then, obviously, he's got, Sync Move, always winning Freezing Glare, doesn't really do anything, Obviously, if you EX him, then he'll have 2 Sync buffs on the first sync move, which, whatever. No special effects. But anyway, let's move over here to pomatools or whatever you call it, just pomatools, whatever, for the grid. 1 out of 5, he doesn't really have much. He's got some, stats for like HP, speed, and special defense and whatnot. A little bit of power nodes and stuff as well, anti-freeze and unflappable. And he's got, at 2 out of 5, he gets hostile environment 2, so that makes his freeze chances here go up to 30% chance, which is whatever, right? Post haste 3, 40% chance of raising his own speed by 2 after getting hit by an attack move. That could be, useful for a little bit of gauge. Aggravation 9 on confusion for guaranteed confusion. Freezing Glare, charging confusion 9, which will charge your gauge. Definitely very, very useful there for sure, I would say. And then Quick Cure, Natural Remedy. Those are also pretty nice things to have and pick up and all that good stuff. Honestly, if you're going for 2 out of 5, this is probably the grid I go for. Just this stuff can be nice here. Giving that guaranteed move gauge refresh on confusion, guaranteed aggravation, guaranteed confusion landing, free charging confusion 9, so he's charging gauge. He's using 1 gauge and charging back 2. It's very, very nice. Very, very useful for gauge there. Plus his free moves next and stuff as well. And then 3 out of 5 is where he gets obviously everything else. He gets Buddy, Freezing Glare, Barricade Buddies, and Shielded 1, so he's able to buff defenses by 2 instead of by just 1. Curative Confusion 1 restores the user's HP when its attack move is successful against a confused opponent, so he's going to be healing there, right? Recuperation 2 restores HP by 40% of maximum after using its sync move. Team Sharp Entry 1, if you don't want to use the trainer move multiple times, you can, max a crit in 1 turn. Adrenaline 1, that's good because obviously he needs, sync move countdown in order to activate his buddy move here, which, that's nice, it's fine. Entry freebie, which is very, very good, and then team first super sync. If you're going super effective, that's fine, but honestly, I don't really recommend ever picking this stuff up on the grid. Super effective next doesn't really... It's good for sure, but if you're off-typing, I mean, it's useless, of course. When it comes to this grid, I don't know what I'd personally pick up. I'd probably just pick up that. What else do I really want to pick up? Curative Confusion would be nice. Aggravation on Confusion would be nice. Recuperation. I don't think I could pick up Recuperation. Yeah, I can't. Recuperation would be nice to pick up, but I couldn't, so it's whatever. Then we'll go for, I guess, Move Gauge Refresh here. And then go for Adrenaline or, something else, right? So, overall, he does have some good stuff in his grid here. Would I say he's really worth 3 out of 5ing? He can be, for sure. If you want, a unit that can really sustain themselves very well and you're going to be using a Support EX, then Recuperation 2 here and Curative Confusion 1 are definitely very, very nice things to prioritize on the grid, just for the fact that, you're going to be healing up so much and all of that, right? It's very, very nice, especially with how bulky he is, naturally. It's surprising, honestly, how strong that would be, right? And then if you EX him in level 150, look at the defensive stats. They're just insane. His HP's over 900. That's crazy to think about, for sure. Bede's very strong, or bulky more so, I guess would be the correct terminology, but he's very, very, useful. He can be. Is he a necessary support to grab? No, I'd say not. But if you go for him, would you regret it? No, you definitely wouldn't. He's very, very strong. If you're a new player, supports are some of the best units you can pick up. I do recommend probably picking up Bede if you're a new player, especially just because of how useful support sync pairs and good ones are for new players and stuff, right? So if you're new, try to pick them up. If you're an older player and you've already got a lot of good supports, obviously you can skip if you want, but hey, all it comes down to is if you like Bede and if you like the pair and whatnot, right? At that point, just, summon for who you like, of course. Once you become an older player, you just, you can be picky with who you want to choose because you already have basically everything in the game easy to beat for the most part, other than maybe some extreme battles and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, Bede is definitely a very, very strong unit to pick. Very, very useful. He's got... when it comes to copies, I just go 1 out of 5. I mean, he definitely gains a little bit here at 2 out of 5 with, Aggravation 9, the Move Gauge Refresh 9, Confusion Charge, Freezing Glare, Charging Confusion 9. Okay, this is on Freezing Glare, so you use 4 gauge, get 2 gauge back, which is still strong. That's still good. It still is, don't get me wrong. But, whatever. This is definitely some good stuff you can pick up here, and obviously Natural Remedy and Quick Cure, and then Hostile Environment. There's a lot of stuff you can pick up at 2 out of 5, which could be useful for you. If you want a little bit more sustainability, then it's good. But if you want to go the full mile, go 3 out of 5. Entry freebie, Barricaded Buddies, Shielded 1, Adrenaline 1, Curative Confusion 1, Recuperation, Team Sharp Entry, but whatever. Definitely some great stuff you can pick up here. It kind of just depends on what you're wanting to, do. If you're going to go into a legendary gauntlet battle or something and you need a really sustainable support unit, obviously you can pick up Recuperation and Curative Confusion 1, and then Aggravation, of course, here, and then pick up whatever else you really want, and it would be really, really useful just to be able to sustain very long against those different battles and stuff, right? Or if you want to go into the Champion Stadium and just have fast battles, click through it really, really fast, buff allies really, really fast. You could pick up a entry freebie right here and whatnot. What else could you pick up for a stadium battle? You could pick up Team Sharp Entry. That's definitely something you could do. Team Sharp Entry is not a bad option if you want to just use the trainer move once, because the entry freebie, of course, will give him free moves next, so it doesn't cost anything to use his trainer move. And then you can use Buddy, Freezing Glare, and then use this again later, but obviously after that entry freebie and using your trainer move, you'll have your allies crit max and their attack stats at +2, which will get you really started pretty quickly on, attacking and dealing damage and whatnot, right? So he can work as a fast-paced support, he can work as a slow support, he can, or sustainable one, whatever, right? it's very, very nice. Bede can work a lot in a lot of different situations. Very, very strong because of that. And yeah, definitely worth summoning for if, you know, you like Bede or, you know, need a really, really strong support sync pair, right? Overall, guys, I think I'm going to conclude it there. If you like Bede, summon for him. Let me know if you're going to summon for him or not. Let me know why and down in the comments below. And I'll see you later, right?